Hello friends, welcome back to Restart UPSC. Let's start with the question number 71. With reference to National Legal Services Authority, consider the following statements. Its objective is to provide free and competent legal services to the weaker sections of the society on the basis of equal opportunity. Yes. See here, this National Legal Services Authority is been created under Article 39A to give the legality to that article. Right? That is free legal aid. So its objective is to provide free, competent legal services to the weaker sections. Yes, statement 1 is correct. And it issues guidelines for the state legal services authorities to implement the legal programs and schemes throughout the country. Yes, see here, UPSC, whenever it asks about any authority, right? NALSA is created for the free legal aid and giving the legal services to the people, bringing judiciary closer to the people, giving them justice, right, to every weaker section and whoever the downtrodden societies also. So that's why any statement which is giving a positive sense to the authority, it will be correct. Okay. Now, answer is both 1 and 2. But now, what we have to know, see here, it is asking about objective of NALSA, right? So we need to study the objectives of NALSA and also see here competent authority to weaker sections, right? That means we should know who are the persons eligible for the legal services. See here, let's learn about NALSA. Right? Now, NALSA is a statutory body which is created under Legal Services Authorities Act 1987, right, to provide legal services to any weaker sections or downtrodden societies, right, to any people who are far away from the justice system. Okay. And also in every state legal services authority is also constituted, and NALSA will be making guidelines for the functioning of state legal services authorities also. Right? And see, coming to the objectives of NALSA, right? Mainly it is to provide free legal aid. Okay? Free legal aid. Right? See here, this statement you can see, and this is what Article 39A, right? And also to spread awareness, legal awareness, right? To spread legal awareness also. And it also organizes Lok Adalats, right? Mainly, NALSA provides the alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, ADRs, okay, out of the conventional court systems, because it takes a lot of time, and ADRs are very much helpful in getting the dispute resolution as early as possible, and it is almost customized to the situation, right? It can be, we have to read about the ADRs also, how many ADRs are there, and like arbitration, conciliation, right? I'll make notes on it. We are just briefly discussing it here. And compensation to the victims of the crime, right? And see here, the persons who are eligible under free legal services are mainly the persons with disability, right? If you want, you can make note of it. Disabilities, or else you can read from the Lakshmikant book as well. I'm just explaining here. I'm just active recalling so that this will be helpful for us. Okay, like person with disability, women and children. Okay, and members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, right? Industrial workmen, persons in custody also, right? And victims of human trafficking and beggar, and person with annual income less than 1 lakh rupees, right? Notified by the central and state governments, right? And also, yes, victims of natural disasters, right? In any industrial disasters, right? Any violence like mob lynching or something else will be happening, no? Ethnic or caste violences, all these things. Okay. So what are the learnings from this? We need to know about NALSA, right? SLSA. Okay. And what are its objectives? Right? Who are eligible? Right? And also, what are the ADRs? How many types of ADRs are there? And we need to learn about Lok Adalat as well. And recently we have made Nari Adalats also, right? So all these things should be in our consolidated notes. So I'll be making preparing the notes and I'll be sharing in the Telegram as well. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. We have taken a lot of time for this. Now, what is the question? During a thunderstorm, the thunder in the skies is produced by. See here he is asking during thunderstorm, right? How thunder is produced, right? It is talking about thunder only, and we know uh, still the research is going on how thunder is produced, and we don't know any concrete evidence about how thunder is formed. And see here statements: meeting of cumulonimbus clouds in the sky. This is how thunder storms are formed. Lightning that separates the nimbus clouds, right? This is also linked to thunderstorm only. These are all phenomena linked to the thunderstorm. How it how the thunderstorm behaves when it is happening, right? And violent upward movement of air and water particles. This creates thunderstorms, right? But all these things are associated with the formation or the process of thunderstorm, but not how the thunder formed, right? So none of the above produces the thunder. We still don't know how thunder is produced, and UPSC has made such a great question to eliminate people who don't know this fact. Okay, I think this fact it is there in NCRTs. I think so. Maybe I have read somewhere else, right? And also, if you can see the all these statements they are linked to thunderstorm, but not to the thunder. Okay, please remember this. Maybe UPSC may ask it again, right? In 2025, we got the question on Aragata, right? So please remember this factor. Okay, now let's go to the 73rd question: tribes and state. Right? See here in the second statement, Karbi tribe, Himachal Pradesh. You know, Karbi Aklong Plateau. It is the extension of Deccan Plateau in the Meghalaya state. So see here he's telling Himachal Pradesh. So two is wrong. Two is wrong. So these two options are gone. Right? You are left with 50-50. Okay. Now see, Limbo, Sikkim. Yes, Limbo belongs to Sikkim. And Dongria Kond, Odisha. I think this question can be solved by anthropology students a lot. I know Dongria Kond, many times it will be taken as reference in the anthropology paper. Right? So yes, 3 is correct. Okay. Else here coming to Bonda tribe. Bonda tribe also, it belongs to Odisha, not Tamil Nadu. Okay. Answer is 1 and 3. Now, what are the learnings? We need to make a chart, at least chart or a table of tribes and states. Most important. And PVTs as it. Right? Especially the PVTs or there are few tribes which they got extinct like Bo. Right? So those things we need to make note out of. Right? Coming to 74th question. Consider the following liquid assets: demand deposits with the banks, time deposit with the bank, savings deposits with the bank, and currency. Is asking liquidity. See sir, which has the maximum liquidity? Currency. Currency will be having the maximum liquidity. Right? So 4 is asking in that. So the correct sequence of these assets in the decreasing order. Is asking decreasing order of liquidity. So 4 is highest. The currency is the highest liquidity. Has the highest liquidity quotient. No. Next what will be there? Demand deposits. Right? What are demand deposits? We go and we deposit our money in the bank so that whenever we require, we can go and we can ask from the bank or else we can draw from the ATM as well. So demand deposits. On demand, we can withdraw the money. Right? So 1. Next, say saving deposit with bank. Right? These are time deposits. That means after particular time only we can take the money from that. So this will be the last. And 3, savings deposits. Currency, next demand deposits, next the savings, right? Next, last will the time deposits. Okay. Answer is 4, 1, 2, 2. Answer is D. Okay. Now coming to 17th question. In the context of Indian economy, open market operations. See here. Open market operations are what? It is nothing but selling and buying of the government securities done by RBI. Right? See here. It is clearly there. It's simple. It just is asking only the definition of open market operations. So now, what are the learnings? See here is asking about liquid assets, and mainly we are looking at currency, time deposit, demand deposits. Right? So we need to learn about types of money. M1, M0, M1, M2, M3, right? These are very important. So let's make note on it, right? And now coming in here, open market operations. That means what are the tools of RBI, right? Functions of RBI. It is very important. We need to read this chapter very keenly, right? So we need to refer these chapters from our notes or anything which are following. Okay. Coming to the 76th question. See here, it is also related to banking sector, priority sector lending, right? What will be there in priority sector lending? So banks compulsorily they have to lend some amount of some percentage which is set by RBI to that particular sectors only, right? And in that, what all will be there? Say agriculture is there. Most part of the priority sector lending it goes to agriculture only, right? Next, MSMEs, weaker sections. Yes, all the three are covered in priority sector lending. Okay. Now, see here, what we need to learn here is asking about priority sector lending now, right? Now, see, we learn what is priority sector lending. This was made on the recommendations of K.S. Krishnaswamy. Okay, target is 40%, right? And the mainly which sectors are covered on the priority sector will be agriculture, right? Small and medium enterprise like MSMEs, okay, weaker sections, right? Microcredit, education loans, right? And retail trade, all the main things. But these are the main things: agriculture, MSMEs, and weaker sections. These are the main things. Okay. At present, the priority sector lending limit is 40%, and out of which, in this 40% also, 18% should be given to agriculture. See, it is taking the major share out of it, right? And for the foreign banks, the limit is 32%, right? And also for women, 5% should be allocated, right? So see here, we need to learn about priority sector lending, right? What are the guidelines, all these things. So let's refer this chapter also from our conventional source, any textbook or your classrooms. It is very important, priority sector lending. Okay. Not only for prelims, for mains also. In mains also, questions will be related to financial inclusivity, right? All these things, no? So we can write this as a point as well, right? Coming to the next question. Which one of the following industries is the maximum consumer of water in India? See here, maximum consumer of water. See the options: engineering, paper and pulp, textiles, and thermal power. The thermal power station. It is the water guzzling industry where thermal power means what? We are converting the energy from the raw material coal to the electricity via steam. We are converting the water into steam, and that steam it rotates the turbine. So where we are using maximum amount of water in thermal power. Right? This is the basic thing. I think it is a part of NCRT as well. Okay. So answer is D. What are the main things which we are learning? The questions which are very simple and very like ABCD like options. They are mostly coming from NCRTs. Right? When many people say that we we don't need to study NCRTs, but NCRTs are very helpful. Most of the questions from ancient history or medieval history, they will be from NCRTs only. Geography questions mostly they will be from NCRT only. Basic questions which are coming from environment also they will be covered under NCRT as well. Economic questions also, microeconomics, such related questions are also basic questions also they are coming from NCRTs only. So we should not neglect NCRTs. Right? Coming to 78th question. To obtain full benefits of demographic dividend, what should India do? What is the demographic dividend? Demographic dividend means what? A country which has maximum amount of population in the working age of working age of population. That means 15 to 64 years, right? And if these people are in bulk, and if we want to get most of the output from them, what we need to make them? We need to make them skillful. If they are skillful, if they know anything, if they are doing better at some entrepreneurship or any work, or they have any ideas, all these things. We need to give the opportunity, and they should also have that skill, right? Then only we'll be in a position to make the benefits out of it, right? We can get the fruitful things out of the demographic divide. So we need to promote the skill development from them. And see here options: introducing more social security schemes. It can be part of this also. It is the most wider topic, broader sense, right? Reducing infant mortality rate. That is what we are increasing the youth population, but this is not directly linked because this is just infant mortality rate. And this fellow, if he is alive after 15 years only, he'll be added to the demographic dividend. Yes, this is also contributing to the demographic dividend, but it is adding just to the population ratio, but not to the skill set. Right? And privatization of higher education. This is not at all linked to that. Right? Even if you do privatize also, what will we get? If something privatization is done, how it will be adding to the skill set? Right? These are not direct options. Right? In a way, this can be helpful. It's small part of this, but we should promote the skills in the people. Right? Coming to 79th question. In the context of the cultural history of India, a pose in dance and dramatics called Tribanga has been a favorite of Indian artisans from ancient times till today. Which one of the following statements best describes the pose? See here is asking about Tribanga posture. You know Tribanga posture. See I- in the in the sculptures all we seeing no. Tribanga means what? Three bends in the three positions. Right? See here. Let's go to the options. One leg is bent and body slightly oppositely curved at waist and neck. Here, one leg bent at waist and neck also curved. Three positions. So I think pencil is this. Sorry, friends. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, at neck. Answer is A. See, let's go to the next options as well. Facial expressions, hand gestures, and makeup are combined to symbolize certain epic and historic characters. No, it is only about Tribanga posture, right? In in three positions there should be bend. So you not B option. Movement of body, face, and hands used to express oneself or tell a story. No, it's all about the posture, not how it is. It is depicting. A little smile, slightly curved waist, and certain hand gestures. It's not about gesture. It is about the bends. It's about the position, posture. Right? Answer is A. If you don't know the what is Tribanga also, right? You can at least eliminate these options. Why? Because it is asking about the pose, not the gestures or expressions, all these things. Right? So most appropriate option will be A. Right? Coming to the 80th question. Annie Besant was responsible for starting Home Rule movement. Yes, she was responsible for starting Home Rule movement in 1916 in Madras. Right? Founder of Theosophical Society. No, she is not the founder of Theosophical Society. It was founded by Madame Blavatsky and Alcott. So see here, statement is wrong. Once the president of Indian National Congress. Yes, she was the president of Indian National Congress. She is the first woman to be the woman president, right? Indian National Congress, and the first Indian president for the Congress was Sarojini Naidu, right? And coming to see here in this question, what we should be learning, we should learn about Annie Besant, right? And she has contributed in the terms of Hindu philosophy to India. Like she led the foundation for Hindu Banaras University in 1898, right? And she came to India for in the search of philosophy, in the search of Hinduism, right? She, I said, she laid the foundation for the Banaras Hindu College, and she was politically also involved in India. She made home rule movement in the Madras and also in the Bombay city. Also, she uh, she uh, she started home rule movement, and she was assisted by George Arundel. He was the organizing secretary also, and other people who are associated with Annie Besant in the home rule movement are Vadia and Ramaswamy Iyer. Okay, and she was first woman in president of INC in 1917, right? In INC session. Okay. Now see here, we need to learn about home rule movement. Even Bal Gangadhar Tilak also started home rule movement at the same time. Right? His headquarters was at Pune. Right? So we need to learn about home rule movement. Let's make notes out of it. Right? And see here, women leaders also. There are other women leaders. We need to make notes of it also. And what are the contributions of Annie Besant also? Very important. Right? I'll make the notes and I'll share you in the Telegram. Now, coming to 81 question. Albert Bill controversy was related to this is very generic question, friends. It is there in Spectrum as well. In the NCRT also, modern Indian NCRT also, it is there. It was related to removal of disqualification imposed on the Indian magistrates with regard to the trial of Europeans. Indian judges, earlier they were not allowed to trial the European convicted people, right? Accused people, sir. Right? So, Lord Ripon, he wanted to make Indian judges also to trial the Europeans. But this was contradicted by many people, so it was dropped. That was the controversy related to Invert Bill. Right? Answer is C. Right? Now coming to its second question. A rise in general level of prices may be caused by general level of prices. Rise means what? It's talking about inflation. Right? He's just asking the causes of inflation. Right? Now see, let's go to the statement. An increase in the money supply. Yes, money supply increases, demand also increases for the products. When the demand increases and when the supply is not sufficient at that moment, what will happen? Prices of the commodity increases, right? So answer first statement is correct. Now a decrease in aggregate level of output. See here, level of output is decreased. That means supply is reduced, but the demand is still there, right? People who are using still want that product, but supply is less. So what happens? The demand, since demand has been there because of the supply constraints, the prices increases. See, we usually observe this with the onions or tomatoes. Sometimes onions, when they are in bulkily present, the price drops to 3, 4 rupees or 5 rupees, 10 rupees with tomato as well. After that, what happens? If any rain occurs, any cyclone occurs, the supply gets reduced. And that time, the tomato will become 60 rupees, 80 rupees, and onion will become some 100, 150 like that. Right? So, your second statement is also correct. An increase in the effective demand. See here, what we have said. When the money supply increases, it the demand also increases. Same way. First statement, third statement are very correlating, right? So third statement is also correct. Even if demand increases, also price levels increases, right? What will be the answer? Answer is B, right? What do we need to study here? We need to study about inflation, its causes, and how inflation is curtailed in our country, right? When inflation is reducing, also how it will be tackled, because monetary policy committee is also there. No? It tackles the inflation, and the targeting is also in between a range. It should be between 2% to 6% only, right? So see here, this is what you need to study about the inflation, right? And there are types of inflation: cost inflation, demand pull inflation, all these things. No, we need to study out of it, right? Let's make notes out of it, or else you can please try to refer your notebook only, right? Because it will be comprehensively available, right? So we need to study this topic from our source, right? Like if possible, I'll make the concise note of it as well. Right? Coming to third question. Which of the following groups of items is included in India's foreign exchange reserves? This is also very generic question, right? See here. In foreign exchange reserves, what are the presents? There are foreign currencies, right? SDRs as well, and gold also will be there. You know, and the crisis has occurred in 1991. First thing which we have used for the crisis of balance of payments is we have pledged our gold, right? And also reserve transpositions also will be there, right? So the answer is B, right? Not loans. Loans are not present. But please remember this. So if you know loans are not present, three options will be gone and we will be left with option B. Right? People call this as elimination, but no. You should know that loans will be not be there and these things will be there. Then only elimination works. Right? People say no, luck favors the brave. First you need to be brave, then only luck will come. You need to take that forward step, and here the forward step will be right knowledge. Right? Not the elimination techniques. First you need to apply the knowledge, then go for the eliminations. Because if we directly go for elimination, sometimes we end up with the wrong options. Right? Coming to the fourth question. Which one of the following is likely to be most inflationary in its effect? Most inflationary. Let's see. Repayment of public debt. Okay. Borrowing from the public to finance a budget deficit. Okay. Borrowing from banks to finance a budget deficit. Okay. See, these two options are looking very similar. People will say that when the two options are looking similar, answer will be any one of them. Right? Now see, even I also said before. Now see, what will be the correct answer? Creating new money to finance a budget deficit. We are creating new money. See here, we are repaying here debt. That means earlier one bond was issued to them. That's why they are repaying the thing. So yes, earlier some money was sucked inside. Now it is left. Right? Okay, this is somewhat good. Borrowing from public. That means money which public has, it was borrowed, and the borrowed amount also will be injected into the economy. But ultimately, it is a cyclic one. Somewhere it is taking and it is giving. In this option also, it is taken from banks, and after borrowing, it is spent on the budget. Right? Okay. To some extent, these two things are good. Right? But see here, creating new money. There is nothing in the economy, but we are just printing new money. Right? The supply is as it is, all those things. But unnecessarily, we are creating new money by printing, right, and giving to the budget. That means spending for the public cost. It causes great amount of most inflationary effect will be this only. Right? So now our country is not following this method. Right? It is just borrowing from internal or external sources to finance our budget deficit, so that budget deficit is also met, and also the inflation also occurs, but it occurs in a limit. Right? So the appropriate answer will be D. Coming to 8th question. Supply of money remaining the same when there is an increase in demand for money. See here, supply is same, but more people want money. Right? Then what banks will do? Well, when there are only a few kgs of tomato, and there are many people who are looking for tomato, they want tomato, then what will the shopkeeper will do? He will just raise the price. Right? That means the price of money will be increasing. What is the price of money? Interest. Right? There will be increase in the interest rate, so that many people they'll get attracted because they are paying higher interest rates. Right? So that's when there is demand for money, how it will be catered? When the interest rate is increased, people try to deposit in bank. Right? Then the demand for the money will be addressed. What we are learning here, inflation. Right? Inflation rates have inverse relationship with interest rates. So that's it, friends. That's it for the video. There is one video left. 2013 paper will be done. Let's start 2014 paper. Mostly, let's complete 2014 paper at the end of this month only. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like. Please share. Please comment also, and try to share to your friends and family who are preparing for the exams if you feel about it. Right. So thank you. Let's meet in the next video. Check.